Good evening, everyone, and a happy Sunday to everyone. Today's topic that we are about to discuss on joint pain, how to prevent it, and how to naturally treat it to the extent that you can. Of course, if there is a need, you have to approach a doctor or a physician to get it cured. But then, to the extent that you could manage your joint pain, let's understand how it works. Let's understand what is joint pain or arthritis, as it is so called in medical terms. So it's a complicated health problem basically, and it causes disability of the person who is suffering from it. And World Health Organization has claimed that worldwide, globally, there is the population that suffers from arthritis or joint pain is 0.8% of the population. And in most of the countries where the climatic changes are there, where the diet is not so appropriate, then it ranges from 0.3 to 1% of it. It is so much common in developed countries. In India itself, we can see these cases. More than 1% of the population suffers from arthritis. So there are conventional treatments specified in Ayush. Of course, Unani system of medicine has a lot of such cases going through, understanding it. There is a lot of research going on to it. And let's understand how it works. So let's get into a brief history of this as to what it is. In Unani, it is known as Wajaul Mafasil. Vaja is the term Vaja means pain. Mafasil means joints. So pain in the joints, in Unani term, it is known as Vajaul Mafasil. Let's understand what is the history of it, from where does this joint pain, the concept of joint pain started, initiated, and then what are the measures that one can take, preventive measures to avoid it. It can be avoided to a greater extent. Let's understand how do we do that. So the history of this is Vajaul Mafasil is one of the diseases that have been elaborated thoroughly in the Unani classical literature. So the history of Vajaul Mafasil is as old as the history of human being. It is said that even dinosaurs were afflicted by this disorder, whose history dates back to 100 million years. Great historical personalities like Alexander the Great between 356 to 323 BC, Charlemagne between 742 to 1814, Henry VI, and there were multiple others who have been diagnosed with this disease and who have known to be suffered from this disease. So Hippocrates presented the first compilation on this disease known as Kitabul Mafasil, which described the disease in detail. And let's understand beyond this as to what are the types of joint pain in the Unani concept, and later on we will get into understanding the preventive measures of it. So the types of, according to the Unani concept, the types of joint pain or Vajaul Mafasil is classified into multiple divisions based on the causative factors, based on the location, based on the look and feel of the pain or the inflammation. Let's understand. So as per the causative factors of the disease, it is divided into two types. One is Vajaul Mafasila Sada, the other one is Vajaul Mafasila Maddi. Now, from the perspective of the humors, the aqueous humors in the body, the disease, Vajaul Mafasil or arthritis, is again classified into a specific humoral type. Vajaul Mafasila Balgami is the phlegmatic, if there is any phlegmatic or the mucus imbalance in the body. And if the cause is by the imbalance in the blood, then it is plethoric, that is Vajaul Mafasila Damvi. If the cause is bile, then the name is considered, the term is considered as Wajaul Mafasil Safrawi, and if it is black bile, then it is considered it's a melancholic cause that is considered for joints pain. Now, if there is a change in one aqueous humor or imbalance in multiple aqueous humors, accordingly, that is Wajaul Mafasil Mufarrad or Murakkab, sorry. And if there is an involvement in the joint, so the location of the joint, then there is a specific term for it. For example, sciatica or achonissa is the pain in the lower limb, which radiates from the lower back till the ankle or the toes. Then there is a knee joint pain, which is specific to the knees. It is known as Wajaur Rakba. Then low back pain, Wajaur Zahar. Hip joint pain, Wajaul Warif. Buttocks pain, Wajaul Khasira. Calf pain, Wajaul Saqain. Wajaul Aqib is the heel pain. Let me see if there are any questions. Okay, I don't see any specific questions till now. So let's move on to the causes of joints pain, as to what could be the cause. So basically, preventive measures concentrate on avoiding the cause of any disease. So by understanding the cause of any disease, you can take specific measures that I will specifically specify here. What are the preventive measures that one could take to avoid the disease, so that it's better to avoid, but prevention is better than cure, as the saying goes. So the causes of Wajaul Mafasil, okay, there are multiple causes of this disease, and we can't pinpoint and say, yeah, this is the cause of the disease, this specifically one person has to avoid. There are multiple things. So considering that, it's basically not just a disease of specific, I mean, there are infections which lead to this disease. There is an imbalance of the aqueous humor. Apart from that, there are psychological causes for the disease, and of course lifestyle changes do cause this disease. So let's understand how one can prevent it to the extent one can. So let's go ahead with this. So Ibn Sina is one of the eminent Unani physicians, and Ibn Sina said that there are psychic factors which play an important role in the causation of this disease. Other factors which are responsible for the disease include hereditary and joint weakness. So according to Samarkandi, he is another Unani scholar, wherein he mentioned that the substance which is responsible for the joints pain is of very thick consistency and white in color. And Ibn Sina in his book has written that the substance resembles to the pus. So basically, the humor in the joint, there are a lot of humors in the body, and then the basic four humors that are considered in the Unani concept are phlegm, blood, yellow bile, and black bile. So the humor that is into the joint, it gets putrefied and gets converted into harmful substances, which then blocks the movement of the joints and causes joints pain. So the signs are like there will be inflammation, the pain is there, restricted movement of the joints, and then there are aggravating factors like lack of physical activity, and then decreased in the metabolism, sedentary lifestyle, use of alcohol, excessive coitus, exercise immediately after meals, and cold and catarrh, The other causes of accumulation of bad humors in the joints are giving up the voluntary habitual exertion, like vomiting, purgation, venesection, etc., and then cessation of normal involuntary excretion, like for example in females it's menstruation, and in everyone else it's piles, intestinal colic, drinking of water on empty stomach, anxiety, depression and insomnia, etc., are the other causes of accumulation of bad humors in the joints. Let me see if there are any questions. Yeah, there is a question from Mao Adhikari asking, is there anything else I can do to relieve my pain besides taking painkillers? Yes, of course, I will talk about it when we are talking in the preventive measures and how to take care of your joints. There are a couple of other questions that I see here. I will definitely answer one by one. So now that we have understood what joints pain are, what is the cause of it, we will now move ahead into understanding what are the preventive measures that one could take for it. So as we have understood what are the causes of it, we need to understand the symptoms of arthritis even. The symptoms include joint pain. There will be a swelling and the person may feel weak. Weight loss could be associated with this. Inflammation is there and stiffness in the joints. It could be in the fingers, arms, legs, hip joint, wrist, ankle joint or toes even. So based on its location, we have understood the classification, right? So these are the symptoms of it, and the preventive measures, if we have to understand what happens basically which affects the internal humors of the body are environmental factors and the mental status of a person. So the maintenance of humor via six essentials of life is beneficial. What are these six essentials of life? Are air, water, very basic essential. At least we need to consider that air, water, these are like maintained appropriately and are to be to have a normal functioning of the body. These are to be at a normal consumption of the human body. So excessive weight is to be controlled. So what is to be done to control weight? So there is a basic metabolic index that is calculated specifically for each person. So based on the BMI, one can understand whether the person is crossing the obesity level or whether the person is maintaining the weight. That is the least that anyone can do on their own at their own homes to calculate the basic metabolic index and then understand whether they are crossing the obesity line or whether they are within the weight limits and control weight. Regular exercise is very helpful for such patients. If someone is getting into the line of obesity, then obviously they need to control on their diet and then physical activities to be maintained. If there is any help needed, they can definitely consult any physician and get it monitored and control weight gain. Exposure to sunlight is very important because sunlight gives a lot of vitamin D, which is required for bones. Healthy bones are made up of calcium and vitamin D, potassium, magnesium, and there's light amount of phosphorus also. There are multiple minerals which are needed that comprise a bone. And not just the bone that one has to take care of, but the humors which are surrounded the bone cavity are also required to be maintained harmoniously for the bone and the joints to function properly. And the person should avoid extreme exertion, mental stress, anxiety, and depression. These things are to be avoided because of strength, anxiety, and depression. A lot of hormones are created which are not good for health, and that is how most of the diseases get impacted, and these create secondary complications. Positive thinking in itself may minimize the symptoms of arthritis, so this has been proven in few of the researches which were done. Now, when we were talking about the essentials of life, what are to be considered as the essentials of life? The air is to be, we have to consider that the air surrounding us, wherein we are breathing in, comprises of healthy gases in it, and then there shouldn't be pollutants into it, basically, is what I mean to say. Food and drink, healthy diet is important. Lot of water is needed for the body. Daily 5 to 8 glasses of water are to be consumed or should be consumed by any human being. Harkat wa sukoon badani, and this involves the body movements and rest. So a rest is important for the body. Minimum sleep on time, at least for a duration of 6 to 8 hours in the night. Minimum 8 hours. It depends from body to body. That has been proven in research. But then minimum 6 to 8 hours of sleep is needed for anyone to maintain a healthy body. And physical exercise is most important. Mental work and stress, yes, with the amount of pressure that everyone is dealing with, the competition, with the amount of pressure that everyone is dealing with in day-to-day lives, in the lifestyle, pressure, stress, anxiety, depression have become very common. So to avoid this, meditation is what I would suggest. That helps a lot of people. What meditation does is it helps one to take control of the thoughts, and that is how we can easily deal with stress. Stress is basically we are pressurized by our thoughts, and we don't know what to do and how to take care of those thoughts. They keep flowing continuously. I mean, it's like parallel thoughts at the same time, and best way to avoid it is meditation. Sleep and wakefulness at specific time should be maintained, and the duration of the sleep is to be maintained during that specific time. Regular bowel movements should be regular. Regular bowel movement should be healthy, and constipation, if there is any, is to be treated. And these are what the essentials which maintain the equilibrium in the body and avoid. This helps in avoiding chronic diseases. This is considered to be one of the chronic diseases which stays in the body for a longer duration. Let me see and answer a few questions. Yes, so to answer Mau Adhikari's question, wherein she asked me, is there anything else I can do to relieve my pain besides taking painkillers? Yes, of course, painkillers are not so good for your health, so you have to avoid it to the extent you should. And then daily exercise will definitely help you, and rest on time. That helps, and particularly about the diet, which I am about to talk. You have to maintain a specific diet to avoid the accumulation of toxic humors in the body. So we will talk about that in some time. Sujit Kumar has a question: why do I experience joint pain in winter? As we talked about it, climatic changes and environment plays a vital role on the body, and so does on the joints. That is the reason during winters, joint pain is severe. People experience it more severely. Basically, people wherein the fluid in the joints gets reduced, they feel a lot of, they suffer a lot during winter due to joints pain. Yes, Nancy D'Souza has a question. Any exercise recommended? Yes, I do strongly recommend exercises and specific yoga for this. I will talk about it in some time. Gunjan Soni has a question. What are the warning signs of arthritis? Warning signs of arthritis. Good question. So, initially, what one has to do is check their weight. Weight is one of the warning signs. Then check the vitals on a regular basis, basically. So, if your BP is getting high on a higher side, blood pressure is getting on a higher side, that is one of the warning signs that anytime in point of life one can go through arthritis. The reason behind this is raised blood pressure shows that the blood flow through the arteries is not sufficient enough for the circulation. And of course, if there is no specific circulation, if the circulation is hindered to a specific joint, there is arthritis. Weight is definitely one of the most important things. Diet, drinking habits, and what one is consuming is also very important to check as a warning sign. What are the common arthritis treatments? Mahu Adhikari asked. Yes, we will talk about it. Any natural cure for joint pain is Nani D'Souza's question. We will talk about it. Is leakage of synovial fluid around ankle is a sign of arthritis? Arthritis is a question by Nadeem Ahmad. So arthritis basically is the inflammation of the joint. So this could be the leakage of synovial fluid could be due to injury even. So temporary arthritis could also be there till the time that injury is healed or cured, and the arthritis may go off after that. Nancy, this is a question. Does being overweight cause pain in the knees and joints? Yes, it does. Because of overweight, the bones and joints are accustomed or made to handle a certain amount of weight of the body. Beyond that, if they are not able to carry on the weight, then of course there is pain in joints. Mo Adhikari has a question. Are bananas bad for arthritis? So the cause of arthritis is to be considered in this. Basically, bananas basically give a lot of calcium. They are rich in calcium, but apart from that, they contain a few allergic agents as serotonin, and due to this, if it's allergic arthritis, then it is to be avoided. So basically, the cause of it is to be ruled out while diagnosing it. It's better to consult physician and get this done, because there will be a diet chart specifically given to you based on your humoral understanding. Nancy D'Souza's question is, can calcium deficiency be a reason of be a reason for the pain? Yes, calcium deficiency definitely is the reason for the pain, because bones are made up of calcium, and of course there are certain other minerals also, which I just talked about some time back. So when we are talking about calcium deficiency, of course, if there is calcium deficient in the body, then of course it is deficient in the bones, and of course it leads to pain. Nadeem Ahmed's question is, how can I treat chronic arthritis? I will come to this. We are about to discuss the treatment and drug therapy for arthritis. So now that we have understood how to prevent it, we will move on to management of arthritis, clinical management of arthritis, as to how arthritis, if someone is suffering from a joint pain, or as Unani we call it as vagal mofascial or arthritis, how it can be clinically managed naturally, and from the Ayush perspective we will understand it now. So the first thing that is considered here is there is dietotherapy. That is, with diet we try to control it, understanding the humors of the person while diagnosing the condition during consultation itself. and there are specific food which are not to be taken during the suffering of joint pain. So we inform that, we talk to the patient, give a specific diet chart. There is regimental therapy. In regimental therapy, cupping therapy or leech therapy specifically, or venesection is followed based on the patient's condition, and this is completely decided by the physician as to what is needed on a specific person. Pharmacotherapy is what the medicines that are given. So the medicines are natural drugs that we use, and these have proven to be very efficient in such chronic disorders. We have seen patients who were not able to move for few years, and then after treatment they were able to walk on their feet and do their regular chores and follow their regular routine. So this treatment has been very effective in perspective of treating joint pain. Surgery is also done, but then in the natural treatment that is not followed. So if there is any joint replacement therapy, something surgery that is followed by a surgeon. Now let's understand. So I was just talking about the dietotherapy, what all are included in that. So basically, these patients or these people are suggested to have a rich, protein-rich diet and avoid carbohydrates to a greater extent, avoid sugar, consumption of sugar and salt to a greater extent. What salt does to the body is salt accumulates water into the body and makes the body heavier. So cut down on your salt intake and sugar intake. Sugar is basically not good for health. That I advise in almost every video of mine, I believe, and to every patient who comes across. So apart from that, a protein-rich diet, when we are talking about protein-rich diet, one can have protein sources from the animal sources or the plant sources. Anything is fine. And have a lot of minerals, a lot of dry fruits. Dry fruits contain micronutrients which are very important very important for the body and joints. So the restrictions, now we will talk about what are to be restricted in the diet. Items which have cold temperament, food items which have cold temperament are to be avoided, and protein rich diet is to be taken. So the restricted items are curd, butter, and then the reason that banana and guava are restricted because of the presence of serotonin in them, which is an allergic substance. And of course they have cold temperament, that is the reason it is asked to be avoided. So basically the treatment goes, the clinical management from the Unani perspective is to maintain the humoral balance, to maintain the normal humoral balance of the body, maintain healthy environment and good hygienic practices, expel out toxins from the affected joints, use of proper diet to check growth and complications of the disease, improve the digestion and appetite. And when we are talking about the drugs, there are specific drugs which are used in this purpose to aid the mobility of the joints and to make joints and bones healthier. These basically from the chemical constituency, these comprise of most of the medicines that I'm about to talk about comprise of calcium and then anti-inflammatory chemical constituents into it. It's Suranjan is one of the best drugs that is being used and tested through times and scientifically. That is Colchium autumnale. Gingiber officinale is zanjabil, which is being used from times immemorial. It's like that is nothing but ginger. It's always advised during winter to have a cup of ginger tea in the morning. That's very simple. Just take 2 pieces of ginger in a cup of water and boil it and have it. This helps to prevent a lot of diseases which are influenced by cold temperament, as this is one of the diseases which is of cold temperament. This has been suggested. And there is Withania somnifera, Asgandh, Alpinia, Galanga, Hulanjan. There are multiple other drugs which are being used in the treatment of joints pain as a single drug or as compound drugs, which we get it openly in the market. There are yogasanas specifically to help or to aid in the movement of joints by providing oxygenated blood towards the joint. That is what the regimental therapies are also aimed at, to remove the toxins from the joint and bring in oxygenated blood towards the joints and improve the circulation, blood circulation around it, so that the inflammation subsides, the pain subsides, and the mobility of the joints increase. Now let's look at the questions. Okay, now that I've talked about the treatment for joints pain, there are specific questions here which I am not answering, which I will reply on the message itself. But then I am picking up just the generic questions which any patient or any person would, which would be of help to any patient or a person in general. Okay, Mohu Adhikari's question is, can arthritis cause numbness? Yes, numbness is basically a nervine disorder wherein the peripheral nerves are not working properly and there is a numbness that one feels. So if the joints are, for example, this is faced by people wherein the joints have got dislocated or have got deformed and they are compressing any of the nerves passing through it, then the patient complains of numbness. Nancy D'Souza's question is, isn't curd good for bones? So to answer this question, I would say, again, based on the temperament of the disease and the temperament of the curd, this is suggested to be avoided, because there have been research wherein people have seen that after taking curd or any diet with which is rich, which has a cold temperament, the pain got aggravated. So with this, I would like to wrap up today's session. If there are any more questions, please mention in the comment box. I will definitely respond to them as and when I get time. Very soon, but very soon definitely. And you can get in touch with me for any of the chronic diseases. I am Dr. Muzammil Fatima. You can reach out to me on the Hale Clinic page or the contact number given on this, and you can approach the clinic as and when needed for the treatment. I'm definitely there to help you out. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.